What up, y'all?
How y'all doing today?
What's going down, y'all?
Yeah, y'all wasn't expecting this one, huh? Yeah. Got the homie in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. We having fun. We in InTheClutch Studios right now. Got the homie Ross here, man, turning up with the little homie Bentley right now. You know what I'm saying? We can't forget about the man himself, the myth, the legend. But I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself.
Of course.
Go ahead and hit it.
Again, I think they know it, but I figured why not? The diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Chiseled is in the city, man. So we definitely have to link up with the homie. It's not going to be the only time we link up with the homie. He's going to be with us for the weekend, man. Yeah, we got some stuff lined up, some situations
that
maybe
y'all still
happening.
Don't know about.
Yeah, y'all still don't know. And we don't fucking know, to be honest with you. But we gonna make it
figure
work.
it out.
We're going to figure it out. That's what we do. That's, sometimes the best moments is the unscripted moments. We just figure it out and go from there. So we're going to have a great time this weekend. Glad the homie made it safely down here in the city.
Man. Even though it was raining earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like, how was the flight coming in though? Was it?
No, it was cool. It was only once we landed, it got to a point where we looked outside the window. It looked like you was in like a mist storm. Like you couldn't see. I thought the X-Men was outside. Like it was just foggy. It was crazy. But what's funny about it is like now it's clear skies.
Yeah.
But in New York, it's raining for the next few days. Yeah. I'm like, all right. It seems like it's going to be a bad situation.
I think it's all over the place because they said it was supposed to be raining like that this weekend. But as you can see, it kind of cleared up and just. But again, in Houston, in Texas, bro, you'll go through like quite a few season changes in one day. So,
it's like that in New York. It makes me wonder if it's like that most places. But I remember when I was in Nevada, it was like, it hasn't rained in 2 years. I'm like, I can't do that.
Seattle, like, it does it too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Take some of this.
Yeah, I can't do it. There's
y'all
just
can have it.
A bunch of different places where people going through different stuff. I know there's middle America. They going through their own stuff right now. So prayers to those people who had to deal with the tornado.
Bro. Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Had a couple subscribers that was talking about not having lights and all that. So prayers out to you guys because man, it's just one of them things where you just got to be prepared and be ready because Mother Nature is Mother Nature. So can't really control that. And it's hurricane season for us too. So we're stepping into it. They were already trying to give the they try to. I don't know. It's like they get excited about this. Oh yeah, we're foreshadowing this many hurricanes this season. So whoop de whoop, and then next thing you know, homeowners insurance. Yeah, we don't cover that no more. We don't cover that. No more.
See, I was just about to ask about the flood insurance. If you got that stuff, God,
they in my neighborhood they canceled us.
What?
Yeah, saying it was too many claims.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fam.
What's the purpose?
Dog,
You're supposed to, if you're an insurance provider.
I ain't gonna make this no old man conversation, but I'm gonna be honest with you. At the end of the year, them fools hit us with the man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was too many people that did claims in the neighborhood, so your zip code was like denied.
Right.
So it ain't even nothing that I did as an individual or we did as an individual in our home. It was just the fact that too many people that was claiming stuff. So y'all no longer can have it. And then now, guess what happens when you try to go find one? The only ones you can find are the way more expensive. Right.
That pretty much you either priced out or you feel as if it's not worth paying for. Because if you happen to have damage, the money you would have been spending monthly, accumulating over time, you could have just did that payment one time. Because that happened to my parents' house where when Hurricane Sandy had hit New York in 2012.
Yeah.
People's homes were like completely flooded. My parents' basement was like, it was bad.
Completely gone.
Immediately after that happened, flood insurance, all that other stuff, gone.
Canceled. So which is crazy because it's not even a common thing.
Right.
It happens in New York. So why would y'all be so quick to just cut off something that's not even
And they'll sit there like, oh, you're in a high risk location, so we're not gonna insure you ananymore. But it was never high risk until this one instant. So
somebody
I don't know.
Why don't hurricanes attack banks?
Because guess what? They can just file for bankruptcy and then they'll be fine.
I wish.
Or student loans.
Oh, that too. Don't get me started over
trying
there.
to see is the playback smooth on.
Nelnet didn't hit me.
My headphone cut out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, the headphone just cut out. I thought maybe if something might have disconnected. I'm not sure.
But yeah, man, it's someone in the comments said the insurance is a 360 deal for sure, bro. It's
make sure it's jammed in
for sure. I mean, when it comes to insurance, is there to, I guess,
push the cord in,
make sure that you're good,
and
but
then the volume.
You're paying literally for something bad to happen, and if it doesn't happen, then it's just money you just essentially kind of wasting, because especially if there's a situation where something does happen, then they'll try to find every reason not to cover it, but that's the whole purpose of you having it. Adulting sucks, guys. I just want you to understand. It has its perks here and there, but adulting for the most part is one of those things where once you're in it, bro. That's it. You just got to deal with it. We all grew up as kids, I can't wait to be an adult. I can't wait to do this.
What were we thinking?
Yeah, we were fools.
What were we thinking?
We were fools, bro.
Tripped out, bro. Nobody really explained to us.
Dumb as hell. And that's a fact. What you said with these insurance companies, where they pretty much banking on you not getting into or I should say you getting into the accident or something. No, not getting into the accident, so they ain't got to cover nothing.
Yeah.
And then you pretty much, if you never do get into it, well, you're not getting that money back.
Right? Yeah. So
you're not getting that money back.
Just giving away, thousands of dollars a year to a company, and for the off chance that, God forbid, something happens to you, just in case. It would be cool to get some type of incentive back, but no, we know what it is. It's all about making as much money and not spending as much money for these companies. So
I wish it was a situation where there was a guarantee at the end of the year, if in the event none of this money that I've been paying goes to use, I could get a percentage back,
that would
if
be
not
cool.
everything. I think that'd be the best case scenario.
Yeah, that would be
let's
cool.
say if you was to get like a term life insurance policy, you get it for like 35 some years, because I don't know what they cap the life insurance, the term policies at, because I know they got like a whole life and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But if you was to pay in 35 years, well, you don't die.
Yeah.
So after year 35 conclude, it's like, hey, I'm still here. Once that happens, can I get my contributions back? Because it's not growing towards anywhere. It's not like it's a whole life policy where you can accrue and build, some money on the back end, because it'll invest some of it. So it's like, I feel that way about car insurance. Insurance in and of itself is the health insurance.
Once that law came into play where you had to have some form of insurance, especially car insurance, bro, they was able to charge you whatever they wanted to. Because it's just like, fam, it's by law you have to have it. So now it doesn't matter what I charge you, because you got to have it technically. So, but yeah, they put you in the pool. They'll put you in the pool, because I know the little schemes that they do for working from insurance. So they'll put you in the pool of people, bro, and they just got all this money just sitting there. But I mean, it's a lot of accidents happen every day.
Right. So
you're literally 9 times out of 10 paying for somebody else's insurance.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That's all it is.
Because I don't know how much accidents they have on average per day. I don't know if it's anywhere between like
so many per second.
100, something like that. Like, it's a ridiculous number. And I always be like, well, as long as it's not me. Anybody know it? As long as it's not me, anybody that I know, that we all right. But like, I can't tell you how many times I think to myself, you know what I should do this year? What if I drove uninsured?
Yeah.
Because
I'll be sitting over here thinking like, yo, I haven't been pulled over in 6 years.
Be the one time.
And then when I got pulled over 6 years ago, that was the one time I've been pulled over in 3. So on average, that's about like one pullover in 8 years. So the probability of them pulling me over, and then the fine that I would pay if I'm driving uninsured, that's still cheaper than how much I'll be paying for insurance for the year.
Exactly.
I think it's
my odds are in good favor.
right. Like it's almost like why pay $50 for parking? If you park on the street near a hydrant, like in certain maybe not so much a hydrant, but if I was paying like alternate side parking in New York City, some of them is like $35. So if they give me a ticket, it's $5 cheaper than me paying you this parking. So why not take a chance on the off chance that you give me a ticket or go inside here? So
because it might be a chance that you don't give me a ticket.
Exactly.
It might be the day that you just was lazy and skipped over my car.
Yeah.
But it also depends on the city, because y'all can get away with that up there in New York. Down here,
there's
it ain't that.
Because I haven't seen too much like street parking for the most part. I'm downtown now, so I think it's unless you're parking in like a garage or you have to pay for like a parking somewhere. There's no way you're gonna have some street parking.
The problem is knowing that the parking lot you parking in is legit.
Oh, okay.
I done been to a few spots back in my heyday where a dude is just throwing one of them little vests.
Yeah, throw on the vest, go out there. It's
$5.
Yeah.
And then you come back after going to the spot and then he gone. You just like,
dude, not even there. Yeah, that happened. That happened when I was in Miami, and I went to this might have been 2 years ago during the finals when they played against the Nuggets, and I went down there and everywhere just trying to go find parking the whole time, and it was brutal because then the guy was like, just purchase the official Miami Heat for the Kaseya Center, they were saying just purchase any parking pass and then you could just park inside. So I told him, it's saying it's sold out for the Heat game. I'm like, yeah, just take one from like the J Balvin concert. I'm like, well, the concert was yesterday.
Right.
We in today. He's like, nah, it's gonna be fine. So, but he's like, yeah, you just got to go back around and then come back because I gotta service the next customer. I'm like, well, if I'm with you, if I leave here, what's the probability? What if you gonna get rotated? He's like, no, I'm still gonna be here. It's gonna take like 5 minutes. Tried to go around the block. It took about 15. I came back. He ain't even there no more. Damn. So the next agent that's there, I just paid $40 for a parking pass from the day before. I showed the agent. It's like, oh, this is from yesterday. Yeah, it's a Heat game today. I'm like, he just told me, like, he gotta be. Who did you rotate with? Go find that dude.
He in trouble now, bro.
I'm like, there ain't no way. And then they had people who was on the street near I think that's Biscayne. That's right there near the Kaseya Center. And right down Biscayne Boulevard, they had folks who was just in different areas that they would just create into a parking lot. And you just got dudes in blue shirts with like this scanner thing that you could just get from the bank if as long as you got like an LLC, or even if you're a sole proprietor, you can just go get that joint.
Square.
Talking about, $40 just park in here. I'm like, I don't think these dudes work for the league. Like event parking.
Come on. Bro, they make a killing. I think they were talking about just how the med center here make millions a month just parking at the Texas Medical Center. Like, because people, I mean, you gotta go to the hospital, right? You ain't finna be like, nah, bro, you gonna come pay that little fee. You got the coworkers who still the workers still got to pay. So you
that's
ain't no
crazy.
mercy on the regular pedestrian.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine having to pay for parking. I'm working in the hospital.
Yeah, bro.
My car gonna be on the floor with me. There's no way.
Or they just take the little train, the little metro rail.
Oh, y'all got the electric scooters?
Yeah.
For rent down here? Okay. So those were okay. Cool.
Yeah, they got downtown electric scooters.
See, it's stepping up,
and
the
bikes and stuff.
Yeah, y'all up. When I was in Austin, I was always like, even Austin and Atlanta. Every time I go there now, I don't rent no cars.
I love Austin because the scenery is so dope. Like in Austin, like I just love when we do. Because remember that time we went out there? Were you there for that event for the homie B Day?
No, I wasn't. Yeah,
we went and rode scooters that time.
I know you're talking about.
I think Nisha fell, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
Yeah. I wanted to record it, but she was too far behind me.
I was just about to say, is she all right? Like this was in the past.
Once she was fine, I was like, bro, that would have been good footage. That would have been good for a vlog, but she was too far behind me. And when I found out, she was pushing it. I'm like, what are you doing? I fell back there. I was calling your name. I was like, damn it, I missed that.
Wow. Damn. Not even, I wish I could have helped. Damn.
Of course, we know all that already. We know the politics. We know I'm help. Footage is what I was looking for.
Damn.
I was gone, bro. I was rolling, so I could imagine she didn't hear me because I was on that much. And then, people feel like they, you got to be careful too because sometimes people hate when you having fun. So they try to do little stuff.
Bring you down.
Yeah, like, come on, fam.
You having too much fun over there, bro.
Pipe down.
Yeah, but them scooters is fun. They even got like the rent, like you can rent the electric bike. Because there's one company, I think it starts with a V, that has the electric scooter too, and then they also have like the bike that's there as well. But I have the that Bird app.
I got that too.
Bird. So when I was in Puerto Rico last week, I was in Puerto Rico last week.
Slight flip.
I was just there for a couple of days.
My guy just went in and went out. You feel me?
I was just there, in and out. Like I tell people all the time, like we used to think that travel was like expensive. Now, granted, you family of 6 is a little bit different. But if travel, like you could do a day trip to go somewhere, and if you're organized or you're able to be spontaneous and just have fun, I think you're good. But if you're one of them people, it's like you get somewhere, like, all right, what do I want to do? And then you're incredibly indecisive. You can't figure it out. And then all of a sudden, 10 a.m. of what do I want to do today turns into 4 p.m. I don't think you should go and travel. But for the most part, like if you were to leverage credit cards, be smart about it. Don't max yourself out. But use those points. And everything like that, then figure out different sort of deals, promotions. You can get hotels. If you don't mind about having to stay in like high-end stuff, you could even stay at a motel. You're going to be outside for the most part. The only thing you really need is a bed to lay yourself down at night.
That's it.
So as long as you're in a safe neighborhood or whatever the case is.
You gotta make sure you're in a safe place,
Make sure you're in a safe place. But
I gotta be able to like, to go, I gotta just do it. I think when I plan, I talk myself out of it.
Yeah, see, that's the problem, because then you start to immediately, it's like, all right, it'd be cool to go over here.
Yeah.
Then, all right, so when I go there, what I'm going to do? Okay, so if I want to do this, I want to do that. Then in the midst of planning everything, now you start to look at this activity, this activity. And it either becomes information overload or you start looking at them finances wait a minute. They saying jet ski is this much here, helicopter tour, ATVs. I don't. You know what?
That,
we could watch this on YouTube. We ain't even gotta go
every time.
Virtual world, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing. Like with the cruise, like I've been so on and off. If I'm gonna actually do a cruise, so many be telling us like, man, y'all need to do a couples cruise, and then y'all need to do one with the kids. It's like I get the confidence, like, all right, let's do it. But then because the dates be so spread out, I know me, if we be like, all right, we're going to January, by the time November start coming, like, do I still really want to go on there?
You gotta. I think for you, it might have to be not necessarily like an impulse, but such a quick turnaround. It has to. It gotta be like a quick turn. Like, you know what? We be on a cruise. We out next week.
Next weekend.
A matter of fact, we out this weekend.
For sure.
Yeah, that probably had to be the best case scenario, because I think if you calendar and schedule it out in advance, it's just that so many different things can happen over time. Because I know people who that's what they do. Because if you book a flight like a year in advance out, you book a hotel like a year in advance out, I think that's relatively, it's going to be substantially cheaper.
Yeah, way cheaper.
So why not? But then the problem is, like, you'll never know what happens.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to go to the Seychelles in February. Okay. You go to February 2026.
Right.
All right. Now you got everything scheduled and booked out. Great. Things are great. You break your leg in January.
Now you gotta make it.
You can't get that money back. Now you in the airport.
That's how people feeling about GTA 6. And living. People are like, man, now I gotta make it to now I gotta make it to 2026.
To watch GTA 6, man. Well, play GTA 6, which obviously we know everybody. Even some grandmothers are going to be playing that game.
100%.
Everybody is going to be playing that game. The kids that aren't supposed to be playing that game are going to be playing that game.
We know that.
Like, it's literally going to be all over Twitch. It's going to take over YouTube. That's all you're going to see. So any other game that's trying to release at that time, just go ahead and clear your schedules.
Push the date back.
Push the date back.
Don't even release.
Take 2026 off.
Yeah, because that's the only thing people are going to care about.
Yeah.
And we going to play the fucking game. Even if it's like $100+. Guess what?
Yeah. We're paying it. Get like the best edition. Go and grab that joint. You know, now that I think about it, with purchasing the game, because now since you have the option of buying the game online, because when we were kids, you got to go to GameStop. You got to go to all these different places. And if it was rated M for mature, if you didn't have an adult with you, you couldn't buy this.
Yeah.
So if you 11 years old, you at the house.
Get your parents' card.
You just get your parents' card. Oh, I'm 18. There's no real verification. It's not like they got a facial recognition on the PS5 in order to identify if you're an adult or not. So you can get away with whatever.
You know what? What's funny about that? I wasn't catching on to my kids asking our birthday for some reason until like a couple years ago. And they would always be like, oh, what's your birthday? What year? I'm like, So one day we were doing, Isaiah was showing me something on his phone. And I was like, How were you able to download this game? Like, bro, fam say he put his birthday as 11/10/1992.
Yeah.
Because he knew I was old enough. I said, you little ass. I said, man, I be trying to trust y'all. Y'all make me, I gotta stay on your toes because I'm like, I wonder why you kept on asking the year.
Yeah, what's your year?
And then my daughter make the jokes like, oh, Dad was born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
So they know that's old enough to get whatever game that they're trying to get. So
yeah, just put 19 something, you good, bro.
Yeah, that joint, it
Lock
still
that
messes
down
with me
now.
till this day. Like the fact that people born in 2007 are adults now is crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. I saw a
kinda
reel.
scary, though.
I saw a reel yesterday evening, and it was I guess a girl was trying to set the stage of her going to a bar and then giving the bartender the card. He was like 2007. She's like, yeah, I'm 2007. I was like, oh no, it wasn't a bar. It was a tattoo. I think you got to get a tattoo when you're 18 or something like that. I was like, man, that's crazy.
07?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Time is moving, bro.
Hey, infamously, it had already passed around
Appreciate
this time.
you, Taku, yeah, with the gifted sub.
Hey, appreciate you, Taku.
Hey.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you with the 5 gifted tier, man. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone that's watching right now.
Absolutely, bro.
We partnered up, you know what I'm saying?
You know what time it is.
So that is awesome.
Oh, congratulations!
appreciate you,
Congratulations.
appreciate you,
Chisel
man.
came and came to flex a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Showing the neck piece, Chisel. Going showing the
Come on now.
showing the oh.
He said, "Come on
oh.
now."
We ain't even need this light up in here, bro. We ain't even need it, man.
Come on.
We didn't even need the lighting, bro. My guy came in and said, hey, let me go ahead and show y'all.
Listen, I had to
ice look
show
like.
a little bit of leg, sell some pubic hairs.
Hey, yo.
What I had to do.
Give a kidney away a little
Yeah,
bit.
man.
Piece of
Do some
one.
stuff. Feetfinder.com. Do what I had to do to get my hands on this here piece, you know, because I figured it was like, all right, you know, I should get something that I could wear on stream.
Yeah.
Something like that, because
Yeah.
I ain't about to be going out late at night. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. I'm 30. Like,
I'm with you,
I'm not doing all that other stuff, bringing unwanted attention.
So would you wear yours if you was on a car cruise or something?
Car cruise?
Well, you said they got to catch you all the time.
Yeah.
That kind of,
That's different. Yeah. You gotta catch me.
You got to get out to go look at the cars, though. So
Do I? Get that drone that he was showing me.
Yeah, get a drone. Yeah, get a drone.
put your window down, crack it a little
Yeah.
bit. Go see. Go fetch.
I
Bring
mean,
you
it just
something back.
depends on certain meats, like car meats. I definitely no. But certain ones, like the ones I've been going to lately, yeah, bro, it's money. Like, bro, it's crazy. The times we
trying to get me
living
out
in now, bro. Like, there's kids in high school,
Bro.
driving M3 competitions, M4s, C63s, G-Wagons. I'm talking about in high school. And that shit is mind blowing. I'm like, bro, that is crazy how boys is really just out here just driving these very expensive, very fast cars. They tuned
sense.
up. But you know, a lot of them they kind of in the space of, I think some of them do know how to do drop shipping and stuff like that.
yeah.
So they
Making money online.
They making money online, bro, and it's crazy to see that. So it's like that's kind of the group I've been in, not with just them, but just people that just they got bread, bro, and they just like to show their cars, and cruise around. So that's kind of where I've been.
We
at
had the
lately.
Camrys and Honda Accords
Yeah.
and Nissans and all that. These dudes got these foreigns. But I mean, it makes sense when I went to don't judge me, but when I went to the Porsche dealership, and I was looking around from getting my tags, and I seen a mom who had brought her son up there. I think he had just graduated high school. And she was just looking around, telling him just look at it. And he was like, yeah, Mom, look, this is the one I was talking about. And I was just looking at that like, man, look at this, bro.
That's a
This
crazy
nigga is
flex.
looking at a two-door
Yep.
911 at 18 years old.
Insurance
Until
through the
it's
roof.
about to be through the roof.
Yeah, that's over.
Because that's
$1,000.
super high risk.
Yes,
Yeah.
over $1,000. Like one of my tuners, I know I was telling Dub about this a few years ago. He showed me his different collections. Granted, he make good money because he knows how to 3D print like certain device, like certain stuff for these cars and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, he making bread.
Oh,
He's legit with it. So he was telling me like, yeah, he had a Hurricane Evo, a Lamborghini Hurricane Evo, and he had just had it, maybe a few thousand miles on it. He was like, bro, I don't even have insurance on it because it's ridiculous. And he got money.
Right.
He's like, bro, they charging like $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
So he's like,
crazy.
bro, I don't drive it. I drive it, but I don't have no insurance on it.
Yeah.
I don't. Because the thing is, he didn't keep it because he sold it. And then he got a Lamborghini Urus that he drives. He also has his McLaren 720S or whatnot. So he has multiple cars.
Oh, he got a whole collection.
Bro, he told me, I love my McLaren. It's so fun. The only problem is like the quality and the maintenance on it. I think he said his transmission had went out. He paid like $70K.
Yeah.
And it was just like
that checks out. That checks out.
$70 American dollars.
Yes.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, because McLarens, the thing is, they're fun cars, but they
Maintenance.
break the maintenance.
Yeah, the maintenance is
He's like,
bad.
bro, I love it, but it's just the maintenance. But he's like, bro, it's $70K down. I was like, okay.
So what do you do then? Like,
You get it fixed.
if you just like, let's say your average, like, hey, I just got my dream car.
Oh, I've seen a video talking about that. That's the funny thing. Like,
What do you do?
I think they were actually trying to get a McLaren, and the guy, he was actually trying to be like real, and he was like, hey, this is cool. This is what you want to get. Just want you to know that they do have some maintenance issues. They have had some maintenance problems, and dude was like, nah, this is what I want or whatever. And he was giving the statistics. He was like, bro, like 90% of the people that get these McLarens within the first 3 months, something's wrong.
Right.
But some people are like, this is my dream car. This is what I want. And they get it. They say, fuck it. I'm like, all right, here you go. And then within a couple of months, something's wrong. And for some people, the risk is worth the reward for them.
I think it's because they want to have that. You want to have like that luxury piece, something to where you can look like, hey, this is the fruits of my labor.
Yeah.
And you want to have like whether it be the watch, it could be the car, it could be the jewelry, whatever the case may be. But for me, when I bought a Honda Accord, I bought a Honda Accord in the day after Christmas. And I was like, I could have got like a luxury, semi-luxury vehicle. And I said to myself, you know what? I just want to go from point A to point B, and I live in New York.
Yeah.
So where am I going to drive to where I can truly enjoy the car? Like if I'm in Texas, I think I can enjoy the car. If I'm in Miami, in Florida, I can enjoy the car. If I'm in Atlanta, I'm in Georgia, I can enjoy the car. New York, city at that?
Nah, bro.
There's no way. You got cobblestone in different sort of places, potholes everywhere, cameras all over the place. And then if you go into high traffic areas, there is no parking outside of a garage. So now it becomes, instead of parking in the garage, having the choice to do so, I almost have to. And then if I'm going to even going to the airport, like today, I park near the airport by a couple blocks away. If I'm driving a luxury vehicle, I can't do that. I'm going to leave my car somewhere for 4 days. There's no way. So it's a situation where it's like, can't do it.
Stupid.
It's a wrap. Look what we got inside.
Stupid.
Been sitting there too, man. Somebody was like, hey, this can't be real, bro. You know what I mean?
You got to get like 3 kill switches to put in there. I only got one, and it's a Honda Accord. I'm like, it's a new car. I'll put a kill switch in there.
Boy, put a kill switch in the Honda.
That's how you know it's real, bro. New York give me like claustrophobic vibes,
bro. It's
like it just kind of
so
come off
people.
that from like the TV, and all that, and just kind of like what people be showing about it. And then a lot of people, when they do like get some type of a following or make it, they move to like Jersey or they move somewhere like suburban more
out the way.
Yeah, because if you're not accustomed to, I shouldn't say accustomed, if you don't want to live the fast life, kind of to where it's New York is so fast, like things are happening like that. It's just constant commute, noise, lights, things are going on. So you kind of want to move away from that. And then unless you sitting on a great deal of capital, you really don't got space like that. Because to get a house in New York City that is maybe, let's say, 2,000 square feet. In most places in the country, you have people who's probably, you could be in $200,000 house, $300,000 house. You could get 2,000 square feet. New York City.
Oh no.
My parents' house is 1,200 square feet. It's valued right now like $689,000.
Wow.
So there's people like the houses that I'm currently in the midst of the house search right now. Got accepted offer today.
Hey,
but and
let's go.
That house is like that house is 1,800 square feet, but it's on a 11,000 foot lot. So it's like, okay, I got potential for some expansion. So I'm like, okay, I can make this into the house.
In there too, man.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, just got to go do that inspection, make sure that everything is, because it'd be wild. Like I go through with the inspectors, and they were like, yeah, let's knock on this wall. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's a tunnel. Yeah, we can't. You don't want to move in here. Like, all right.
Somebody was here before, man.
Right. But New York City is just a lot of people. They'll move out just so you can get more room. Like they always had the old joke of like, you got bedroom, but you don't got enough bedroom, so you want to go.
That's a bar too. That's a bar.
Right. So you want to go somewhere where you got some space to breathe.
I seen that when I would always watch HGTV. Yeah, and I was seeing different places in the country, not even just New York, but up north. Like a lot of places, there'll be 1,400 square feet, and they're like, 800 something thousand. And the family like, oh yeah, I love the. I'm like,
it's insane.
Texas really, honestly, it either could be a good thing or a bad thing, but it messed me up when it comes to like the size of room, and space, and elbow room, because I couldn't do like a dog, like how they be showing them little small apartments.
It's bad. Speedy just posted on Twitter yesterday. He's paying allegedly, because you never know, social media, but he said he's paying $7,000 for his apartment in Manhattan, I think in New York City, and his space is tight. Yeah. But if you're paying $7,000 for that, it's like, what are you doing? You could just have a mortgage somewhere else. One of my boys moved to Dallas last year. He did a new build for his house, and he's got space left and right. Like his living room is bigger than some people's houses in New York, and you have the space that's there. So it's one of those, like, I don't want to say damned if you do, damned if you don't, but you got to pick your poison. You just figure out what it is that you want to do. Because New York, there's money to be made that's there, but if you want to have the kind of house that you really want, you gonna need to compound some bread. And then once you got that bread, then go and jump in there and then immediately try to pay off that mortgage, because those interest rates is bad.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stream 24/7.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why we said adulting. It sounds fun. It sounds fun. And then the bills and the responsibilities, they start ringing in, and then they don't give a damn if you're tired. They don't give a damn if you, and I want to relax. Oh, I don't feel too well. I don't feel too well either. Pay up, nigga. That's literally what it is. Pay up, or we gonna start taking up.
Rent due, bill due. It's the first of the month. Where my money at?
Yep.
Nisha in the chat. What's up, Nisha?
What up, Nisha? What up?
Texas is overcrowded. No, I feel like just with that conversation though, I'm seeing how Houston is trying to get like that.
Yeah, they said Houston's becoming like the next, like it's similar to what was happening with Miami during the pandemic. Atlanta really started blowing up even more 2020, 2021, 2022. And then now everybody's coming out to Houston. They're coming out to Houston, and they're trying to make Austin into another one.
Yeah, go to Austin.
Austin's tough though.
Go to Austin. It's right up the road.
But Austin's a little bit more expensive.
I mean, it is, but it's cool. It's beautiful.
I don't want to advertise.
Just go to Austin.
Austin's really live though. I would definitely go to Austin.
Dallas or Fort Worth.
Dallas.
Go there.
Fort Worth is really good.
San Antonio's a great place to
San Antonio is beautiful. Good water too, in case you like water.
We ain't got no beach though. I heard this.
No beaches.
Houston don't got no beach?
No.
Damn.
This is
water.
statistic.
Just got lakes and waters.
You just
water ponds.
I ain't got no.
Bro,
I ain't got no beaches.
When you fly over Houston, it just look like ponds. Like we're just a bunch of little scattered little.
Damn. So wait, y'all never had no beach day?
Right. Well, we got Galveston,
but
Galveston. Oh, come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. Don't come to Houston, y'all.
Galveston.
We ain't got no beautiful beaches.
Yeah, no beautiful beaches.
And the city is
y'all not living
reportedly
right.
sinking.
No beach.
Y'all not living right,
no.
The city is reportedly sinking. It's the fastest sinking city in the United States.
Fastest one? Oh. So you
don't come down here, bro. We sinking, cuz.
Now, when would realistically speaking, like when would the sinking happen? Like,
well, it's been happening.
I won't be here.
So it's like past our lifetimes.
Okay, we sinking. Yeah, for sure. That's why hurricane season is tough. Out here, hell, bro. All it takes is a really good storm, and if it don't, like, what hurricane was that? Where it was just raining. I forgot what hurricane it was. Was it Harvey? I think.
Well, Harvey's the one where it just sat on.
Yeah, it sat on. Yeah, it just sat here.
That's not a normal thing for.
That was not normal.
And hover.
It rained
because it hit Texas hard.
It rained for like almost a week straight.
Just oof. But see, that's the thing too with the flood insurance thing that we were talking about. It's like places that never flooded, we're going to flood.
Right.
Yeah,
so they started to try to act like, oh no, this is a flood area.
No,
bro, this never flooded over here.
Right, right.
Because the
place wouldn't flood.
Our infrastructure wasn't prepared for that much rain. And thank God, you know, the people that I knew for the most part, we were good. But you can like, bro,
288 was underwater.
It was underwater. Like that was ridiculous just seeing that. So it's just one of those things where, you know, that's the things you have to deal with if you're trying to move to Houston. We got hurricanes.
Yeah.
And boys,
potential tornadoes.
Yeah, potential. We dealt with a tornado last year.
Oh no!
Yeah. It wasn't like a massive one, but it did a lot of damage. Yeah. And then I remember some people, you know, filing claims for that. I think
we're stupid, bro. We're really trying to stop people.
Yeah.
Hey, shit.
No more tourists,
bro. We had I think my damn little patio fence just blew away. I was sleeping. I was like, "Oh shit!"
You're like a home invader.
I was like,
"What's going on?"
Yeah, give me what's up on that fence.
Blondie over there,
some on the fence.
Blondie over there, recipe. She like, "What the hell's happening?" I was like, "Shit, I don't know. We about to find out together." Found out that the damn wind was so strong it ripped the fence. So had to file a claim, get that situated, and it all worked out. They replaced it and everything. Yeah. No issues. But that was just a regular, because I think the tornado happened, but it wasn't like nothing major. But because, you know, when those type of wind speeds happen in city, you know, in the city area, you know, obviously no one's prepared for that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we know most people, you know, living in apartments and stuff like that, they ain't got no damn like those underground cellars.
Yeah.
So I remember when I went downtown, it was weeks later, all you seen was glass on the on the skyscrapers. Like they had to shut off certain streets because glass was still falling.
Right.
So it's just, you know, and that was something minor. That wasn't even like no F2 or nothing crazy. That's how, hey guys, don't come to Houston, man. You can visit, you can have a good time, but you know, our weather's hey, the winter storm, the winter blast a couple years ago, bro. Grid went out, boys wasn't expecting. I'm over here collecting wood like a fucking huntsman, legitimately in the streets.
Called me on FaceTime. Like, bro, what are you doing? Walking, hey, man, I'm looking for some wood. You just picking up sticks.
Bro, I'm picking up sticks, bro.
I said, bro, you are terrible right now.
How am I terrible?
How you look?
Well, I had to
you gotta make sure you get the right wood.
Right,
so just picking up whatever sticks he can find.
Whatever kind of sticks he could find.
It was just dead sticks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? I was good though. I set him on fire.
You know who his mentor was, right? Bear Grylls. The dude that told you can drink your own junk to survive. He thought that was the thing.
Hey, I ain't have to listen to Bear Grylls to get some sticks and light it on fire.
You would probably tell yourself, like, that looked like a pretty good stick over there.
That one was full.
That one's thick.
Oh, man.
Because I had ran out of firewood.
He said his trunk was full.
Yeah, trunk was full. I had ran out of firewood, so, but, hey, man, I was good. I was warm. I need
something to burn.
I was warm. We ain't had no power.
He survived.
Yeah, I survived, bro. So, hey, don't come down here, man. Just, you know, go to Miami.
Was that when it snowed?
Yeah, it snowed that time, but it
didn't really snow. It was really more just the power grid. It was just freezing. And so they weren't prepared for the power grid to go out. And then we was just literally without power for like a few days.
Okay.
So people that's not from the north, is not familiar with, you know, super extreme cold temperatures for a long period of time with no type of power, you kind of put that together and you see what happens.
Although I would never want to be in situations where you don't got no heat, but for me, I would much rather be in a situation where I don't got no heat versus not having no AC. I feel like there's no limit to the amount of clothes you can put on versus you can't take your skin off. So if it's like incredibly hot, there's no sort of AC is bad.
I thought that until I went to one of my aunt's house in Louisiana and it was freezing one night. Yeah, because I would always say that, and I was like, man, I deal with the cold over the heat, bro. That night I slept with everything on.
Oh yeah, you got
and
that.
I was still free. It just felt like, bro, it's nothing you can do. You just, I was like, bro, I don't know which one I could get to. Like, both of them are hell because I could just imagine just
because once it starts to get a bit excessive, at that point, it's like, what am I got to do in this situation?
But freezing, I realized I learned something about myself. When it's snowing, like it just snowed out here this year.
Yeah.
When it snows, I don't want to do nothing. I don't see how people are productive when it's
in the
cold
snow?
And it's snowing.
Like
I'm not familiar with that territory.
Because you guys never really had snow like that. Was that the first time y'all had
like snow?
Yeah.
Like
ever?
It was like, man, like inches where it stayed for a couple days.
Yeah, it stayed for some days.
Okay.
Because normally when it was snow out here, the longest it would do was like maybe that night.
Okay.
Or for a few hours.
Oh, so you never really
snow.
had a chance to like throw a snowball, stuff like that?
No, I mean, you would be able to throw one, but by the afternoon,
it was gone. Okay. Yeah, so you never had to get like a snow blower and all that other stuff. Okay.
It's never been that serious where we gotta like kind of get the driveway clear in order to go to work.
Okay.
So
yeah, because it's I get what you're saying, because there are some people who they're just like, hey, there's snow out here. I don't really want to do nothing.
Yeah, that's me.
And yeah, because when I was a kid and it would snow in Brooklyn, we would, myself and my friends, we'd go to different houses, start like shoveling, make a little bit of money that's there.
Oh, yeah.
We would make fun out of the snow, just run around and jump, go different places. But you just got to make sure that you have your proper parameters covered, because the moment that you start to feel that bit of frostbite, the day's done. So you don't want to be outside too long. It's like, all right, my foot frozen. This ain't fun no more. I'm having a bad time. So
why is it burning?
Yeah, you got to make sure you have your checks and balances.
It hurts.
Somebody say, what is normal cold temps in Houston? I know for sure. One thing I do know is I know a couple of people from like DC and stuff, and they say one thing about out here, when you get like 40 degrees, it feels different. Like the cold is different, because they even said that when I would watch a lot of the well-off videos.
Yeah.
And now that they're in Colorado, they say it'll be cold, but their 40 is not like the same 40 as it would be in Texas. I don't know if people from up north that have traveled know what they're talking about, but a lot of people say it'd be different. But a normal cold for us is like 60, 50, 50 really.
50, yeah.
That's
when
when
you gotta put on the jacket for the most part.
I ain't gonna hold you. 70 with a little wind, people will pull out the Ugg boots. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan. I'm not agreeing and I'm not condoning, but people do pull out the Ugg boots pretty quick. But yeah, so like 60, 50, 60, that's when it's kind of like a normal cold for us.
Okay.
Like a humid cold, if that makes sense. No, it's not a humid cold.
But then with the heat, y'all go up to like the hundreds.
It's gonna be 91 tomorrow.
Yeah. I think 2 years ago, I think that was the year you came out here with your brother. We went to Trill Burgers.
Yeah. Oh, we were standing outside.
I think from that time, the rest of that month, we got like a record of 100-degree weather.
It was a heat wave.
Yeah, it was just literally every day. So when you look at the whole month, you would just see 100, 100, 100, 100.
Yeah, I know that AC bill was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, boy.
I'll be running the hell out of that, bro.
That AC cooling graph was all the way at the end. I was like, yep.
It's just something different about
And guess what?
heat.
You had to pay for it.
Yeah. I mean,
It always comes back to
right. I think at that point you just got to keep it on the whole time, because I know when people be messing with the thermostat, that's actually what ends up.
And
costing a bit more.
I'm a blinds open type of guy. I wake up in the morning, to see what's going on, feel the sun rays coming in. Around that time, summer, bro, you got to keep them shades closed.
Yeah,
because if you don't, your house has to catch up now.
Right.
The warmth. You didn't invite it into the home, and your bill is just running up. So yeah, you got the little AC repair dudes running around making a killing.
Oh yeah, they make.
So they must be like solar people who's always knocking on doors trying to sell y'all solar left and right.
Me and Nisha are considering getting that now.
Okay.
Looking more into solar and just trying to kind of go that route. Especially now I got my first electric vehicle. And I'm thinking about getting another. I really want to get a SUV one, because my vehicle's not for car seats.
Right.
That's what I tell people all the time.
Right.
Go ride with your mama.
Yeah, so your Porsche's electric.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a Taycan.
Okay.
So It'll be Ross off the ground. You know, he don't like telling people that, but you know. Anywho, but so yeah.
Yes, because it's battery, and then what happens when I catch you?
We don't gotta get into excuses.
What happens when I catch you?
That's not the real vehicle to race, though.
It is.
It's not the racing one. When I get the racing one, we'll have that conversation.
Nah, it is. It is.
He like the bully. But anyway,
I ain't bullying no one. What happens when I catch you?
I'm a casual driver.
Right.
That's why I don't go to none of his car meets at night.
Right.
You two hands on the wheel.
None of them thugs, you know, try to, you know.
Set it up, Ross. I'm trying to.
I'm coffee and cars.
You coffee and car. Okay, he's Seinfeld. He's Seinfeld.
I invited you to one. You never came. So.
I ain't gonna lie. I did oversleep. Damn. I overslept.
I got him live.
Yeah, I overslept.
I got him live.
And I invited you to several.
But a lot of them, 90% of them are at nighttime.
No, they're not. Not the coffee and cars.
90% of your car meets be at nighttime.
No, not
just
all
don't
of
feel
them.
safe. I be
No.
So they just be showing off like the specs, the different sort of stuff they're doing with the
I
cars.
just told him I'll be at the Euro meets, and it's a different vibe. It's different. It's 6-figure cars.
You just said
nothing
they
less.
sell to get those cars, right? What they be selling to get them cars?
I don't know. I ain't none of my
Black market.
It ain't none of my business. I'm just here to enjoy the vehicles and casually cruise around the city.
They might have some gladiators in order to be able to. I watched that movie on the way here.
Gladiator?
Yeah, Gladiator, the original one. Because funny enough, I saw two before I saw one.
Really?
Yeah, because I had only seen I seen clips, but I never seen it all in its
full movie.
entirety.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching up until a particular point in Gladiator 1, and then I didn't remember the rest.
Yeah.
So when Gladiator 2 came out, I didn't watch it in theaters, but it just so happened to be on, I forget where I was flying to, but it just so happened to be there. I'm like, all right, I could either watch this or I could watch Man on Fire again. So I'm like, you know what, I'll just watch this one. And good movie, but then I was trying to connect the dots. So once I had this opportunity to go and see Gladiator 1 again, now I see why people loved it so much. Because they said it's like peak masculinity in that movie. I watched it. I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Not peak.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go rewatch one.
Rewatch one.
I remember it all in pieces. So I want to watch it to kind of, watch it in its full entirety and then get to two. An unfortunate movie I did watch while catching the flight was Space Jam 2.
Oh yeah, I stayed away from that. Yeah. I stayed away from that.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. Our options were few. I don't think the plane was. They had some ghetto stuff going on that flight.
Not ghetto
Spirit?
stuff.
Frontier?
No. Southwest.
Southwest. Okay.
Southwest. I don't fly Spirit. I ain't trying to be bougie or nothing, but.
Yeah,
it's the name. Yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna be a Spirit. It's
it's
not worth.
That's not how you advertise.
You got to pay a la carte in order to get all this other stuff. Like, you want a seatbelt, right? That's $15. Like, what you talking? 15? What?
Safety. You want an oxygen mask too, right? In the emergency of.
You want an actual pilot or somebody?
Exactly. That's where it get tough. Like, we just had this. The AI was gonna fly. You want
do you think we'll get to that point?
Oh, 100%. Because since they already to a degree,
it's two with the AI, but the drone pilot.
I could see it happening at one point. They'll definitely start with like the small private planes. They'll probably start out there first before they go and expand towards commercial. Yeah. But me personally, I would never want to go and do it because all it takes is just one malfunction. Yeah. Now, granted, with AI now, right? Like, granted, like the Waymos that is out there. I think they're out here too, right? What? The Waymo cars, the rental car, not rental car, but it's like a taxi service. So the company is called Waymo. They have it in Austin. No. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it got a bunch of cameras is on the car.
I've seen
it's a completely driverless car.
Yeah. I've seen that online.
Yeah. I saw it in Nevada not Nevada, in Arizona for the very first time. And I remember just looking like, the hell, who put all these cameras on their car? Like you gotta be paranoid. I'm like, oh wait, nobody's in there. Hold on. And then I saw that was the only one that I had saw that day. So I thought I was tripping. Went online, and then it's pretty much been a service for a few years. And then when I was in Austin earlier this month, I saw a ton. So it must be, I don't know if that's their hub, but that kind of stuff there where you just trusting in the AI, or in this case, I guess with the camera, so it uses all the different images in order to be able to go and drive around. I'm sure they would end up doing that with the planes, but I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, no. I mean, but you just like how they got the simulators, right? You know, like how
the flight simulators,
they'll have like the full setup. I can see that where you just have like a building with pilots just all lined up in a row where they all like
Control
have their own control, like cockpit in a sense. And then I ain't trying to get nobody no ideas, but
that's
like
that's
the
what
Matrix.
AI's for.
Yeah,
they'll just get rid of the person.
Yeah.
but I think you can sell a person doing it before AI.
Possibly, yeah.
Because sometimes people still like that, man. Until AI start doing stuff medically, like the robots are doing with the surgeries and stuff like that. I feel like the more that you got to get people comfortable, bro. 'Cause
Yeah.
you gonna have people that's born in the 1900s. Like,
Someone said Will Smith knows best. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yep. We're
Yeah.
getting
It's
closer
only
and
a
closer
matter of
to it.
time before they start, because you know they're going to want to get there. And we probably, maybe in our lifetime or towards the tail end, is when it'll really start to go and kick in, because I can't see it within like the next 10, 15 years. Granted, technology is advancing incredibly fast,
no, it is.
but I just don't think the people would be comfortable enough, because I think there's a level of pushback that's on now where it's like, all right, I think
planes
there's
is
too much of a reliance that's on
falling
this
and
stuff.
crashing with niggas driving it. Whoa.
Yeah.
No,
or maybe that's an advertisement to,
possibly.
because that's what they do with the doctors
What
in surgery. Oh, this robot won't make this mistake, or this robot can make this cut. I've talked to somebody that got he had a procedure by a robot, and he was saying how fine the robot can, sew back up and all that. And I'm just like, man, go. You don't got to worry about the robot making a mistake. And then that's how you sell that. You start hearing
until
reports about
somebody
doctors.
start hacking it,
Yeah.
or until it starts thinking on its own. Like
You don't
nigga,
need this. You don't need this.
you don't
man.
need this.
You don't need this lung.
Because you got to assume the people who are programming it are doing it for the right reasons. 'Cause
Yeah.
all it takes is just one person to go rogue.
Yeah, man.
And truly, we call it what it is. At the end of the day, the bottom dollar for the vast majority of people in the country, that's probably why they do what they do. Not everybody really doing stuff that they love. So if you happen to get somebody who's willing to pay you a grandiose amount of money to just do X, Y, and Z, you may not even be thinking about what the outcome would. They can sell you on a dream, like, nah, you just gonna do this stuff, whether it had been on, you're gonna do it on cadavers or something like that. And you just to find out, it's like, okay, that's a bit odd, but I guess we could just do this. They'll just do like post testing on dead bodies or whatever. Nah, they bringing in some humans. Now they harvesting organs and all this other, and you just sitting there like, wait a minute, what did I control? What did I create?
Yep, it's too late now.
Right?
Tony Stark.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the plot to Tony Stark.
Yeah.
World
Created
peace.
those weapons of destruction, and then he was like, "What have I done?"
Somebody said Timberwolves got whooped.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the final score?
What was the final score? Somebody throw it up.
A lot to a little.
124 to 89, 57 seconds
damn.
left. Yeah, it's pretty much. Well,
So-
OKC going to the finals, man. Congrats to
Ross,
all OKC
Ross did
fans.
ask Chisel this question before we got on here. So Knicks, how do you feel?
They play
For one,
tomorrow,
about the
right?
shenanigans that's been going on
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
winning.
yeah.
I mean, I love that the Knicks are winning. You know what I'm saying? But as far as all the craziness that's going on in New York, is that just New York? Is that
No, that's just New York.
That's
That's
just
just
every
New
day.
York. But
The world's
I
just
think
now learning.
Yeah, the world just now learning to a degree, because
Yeah.
the problem is, the belligerent fans, it's the worst. Because there was a video that just came out. I think it was yesterday. There was a guy who was wearing a Pacer jersey, just walking in the street. They jumped him.
and they jumped him. Yeah,
They jumped him. And what the crazy thing about it was, and there was a video,
did.
a couple of
kicked his ass.
Yeah, they kicked his ass for no reason.
What the fuck,
And
bro?
at it was
game.
either at the beginning of this month or at the end of last month. I think it had to be during the first round series. There was a guy who was getting interviewed. He's wearing a Spurs jersey. And the dude who's wearing the Knicks jersey, it seemed like they must have been cool. I thought they knew each other. The Spurs jersey guy is just speaking, and he not saying nothing that's crazy.
Yeah.
And after like 40 seconds, the dude in the Knicks jersey just knocks him out for no reason.
That's hella wild, bro.
And they just start beating each other. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, why?
That's New York.
Why?
It's
Like
New
it's
York, bro.
insane. They had a whole chant going, and
hilarious.
I mean it's impossible now because Indiana won yesterday. But there was after the Knicks came back in Game 3. They were just, Knicks in 6, suck my dick. Knicks in 6. So
wow.
I'm like,
They
what
was-
is going on? This is the
Yeah.
whole. It's insanity, bro.
in just one season, they put themselves on the category of the Cowboys. Just
Oh yeah, 100%. But they've always had that to a degree. The difference, I guess, is because it never felt as if it was possible. I guess the only thing is with the Cowboys, they've had some teams that on paper legitimately look like they can compete, and then they just go and they collapse. The Knicks, outside of last year and maybe 2013, they never really had a roster on paper that said, they coming out the East like that.
Not even the hate, because I'm going to just be open book here. What is wrong? What was wrong with the Cowboys with a fresh Dak, CD, Michael Parsons, like a phenomenal defensive core? Just like, what the hell?
Jerry Jones.
Bro, Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. Because legit, it's a situation where he on the record saying that after they won those 2 championships, he had his back and forth with Jimmy Johnson. And then he pretty much sold his soul to get that 3rd championship. And like, hey, if we could get this one with Barry Switzer, you know what, Lord, I ain't gonna ask you for nothing else. You get that championship immediately. And now he's like, I'm trying to, maybe rework that deal. No, you made your deal with the Lord. That's it. Step down, old man. But no, he's still trying to go. And it just seemed like they're incredibly snake bitten. Because no matter what 2014, should they have gone to the conference championship? Absolutely. Because Des caught it. But that ain't just the way the cookie crumble, I guess. And ironically, the week prior, what's a catch? Because the week prior, it kind of happened to the Lions where it should have been a defensive. I think it was I think it was defensive pass interference, but they didn't call it. Yeah, it was something that happened when they played against the Lions. It didn't go their way, and then the very next week, almost same thing happened. But that year, 2016, they were on fire, and then Aaron Rodgers hits Jared Cook on one of the wildest passes I've ever seen in my life, and then they lose there. And every single time that they perform well in the regular season, or they perform decent for all intents and purposes, they go to the post and they just underperform.
I don't know. It ain't even a hate no more, because I don't like the Cowboys because of just the image, but I can look at the team and say, I don't dislike the players.
I don't dislike the players.
About the fan base, and just the team.
It's primarily it's like with the Eagles to a degree, because I never really minded. I never really minded the Eagles until once they won that championship in 2017. The fans just started, because they've always had a stigma amongst their fans. They boo Santa, they boo Jesus. I'm like, all right. So it's like, all right, these dudes is like they going crazy. And once they won the championship, I'm like, all right, that's cool. You celebrate, you have a good time. And then it got to a point where like they're almost trying to usurp Raiders fans for being like the most violent as well. So it's just one of those things.
Kansas City too,
Kansas City, because Kansas City pretty much replaced what the Patriots fans where you just get so accustomed to winning, it almost becomes insufferable to have a conversation with you.
That's what I was gonna say. Winning for so long, I feel like people loved Pat Mahomes. Like when Tom was still playing, and you kind of see this new kid that mimics what he could potentially be in the new era type of way, and then he starts winning, and then you happy for him. Then you win again. And he solidifies himself. Then he win again. And just like, all right. I don't like this dude, bro. What about
you start seeing them calls. And then you start seeing the favoritism. And then you start seeing these referee getting these gift cards at the end of the Christmas season.
That's been going on, bro.
But that's the thing, man. It would be more prevalent in his games, but hey.
I don't think that takes away from his.
Oh no, he's still.
But people get blinded by that though now, because people will make it seem like your game is what it is because of the refs, and it's
not all the time.
Let's not get it twisted.
It's just because I think it's the timely calls.
The timely calls.
Because you could go the whole game. It's like, all right, we playing clean. He's getting hit. They're not throwing any flag or whatever the case. And then all of a sudden, it's a crucial 3rd and long. He throw a pass that's incomplete or it got intercepted or something. Now you see there's a flag talking about roughing the passer. What happened? Oh man,
I think he gotta go outside.
I think Will Anderson might have farted on him. It's like, let's throw the flag.
Oh, you gonna take him out?
Yeah, I'm taking him out.
Okay.
Son out of urine.
Going back and forth like, hey, bro, I know you talking.
I ain't gonna hold you. A few times I forgot Bentley was here, and I was just see an object moving. Hey, it's some food by the door. If you don't mind bringing it on the inside, since you're already getting up.
You said food by
Yeah, Nisha ordered me some wings. I didn't know she ordered.
Oh, that's love right
Shout out to
there.
Nisha, bro. I thought she was ordering them to the house, but she actually ordered them here. So,
Oh man,
shout out to wifey, man.
it's a wife. It's a wife, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself a wife like that.
Hey, man, my guy is.
Come on. Yeah. I'm doing my thing.
Come on, man. My guy
I'm
got his fiance now.
Yeah, I'm doing my thing.
He's ready to step into the world. You ready to get into this world?
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe.
This you know, you got to show it off all the time.
Yeah. We'll see how this this new chapter, if you will, how this play out.
I ain't gonna hold you. This attracting more. So this ain't.
Yeah. It's been that way for like a decade.
Just make them come more. You know, it ain't, especially around the hospitals. You know, but it's another conversation. But yeah, no, man. Congrats again to the homie.
Thank you.
This new chapter in life with the proposal and the house and all that. Like, Chisel is stepping into that phase in life that a lot of people who plan and if you do what's right in your 20s, you can do that by the time you're 30. So that's dope, bro. Wanted to give you flowers on that because it's dope to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
We need more of that out here to show people that it can exist. You know, and that's what I be trying to do. People are like, what's the secret? I'm just being me. Like,
Right.
I don't have to know everything. I don't have to be right about everything. You know, we don't have to be perfect. Because I think what the world is looking for, they're looking for a perfect of everything. Like, you got to be the perfect couple. You got to be the perfect parents. You got to be, no. Sometimes you just don't get it right. Sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you just have to learn how to communicate. And that's just what people got to start seeing more of. So.
Yeah, because I think too many people get caught up in trying to think you got to have everything figured out.
Yeah, you don't.
It's just, and there's really nobody who has the full idea of what's the perfect blueprint. Because in life, really, how often does anything go 100% to plan?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
when does that happen? Like you can definitely have, set up different sort of precaution, like, okay, if this happens, then there's this. If this happens, then there's that. If they do this over here, then I'll do that. But more often than not, it's like it's pretty much you're blind in what it is that you're doing. You got to take leaps, and risks in life. Because think about the most successful people, everybody took a risk to a degree. So that's just the thing. And we were talking about it just before we had gone live about like people who've been reaching out about wanting to start in their content creating journey or streaming journey, and they got all of the new tech. Like they just buying best cameras, best mics, best tripods, all this other stuff. I'm like, all right, well, now you got to put out the content. They just, man, I don't know if you just got to put some out, man. Put some out.
You sound good on a superb mic with nothing to talk about.
Right.
You look visually clean with a 4K camera. Don't know what to shoot. I mean, that's what a lot of people ask us, because you did say that about, like, I know people ask you that all the time. It's really mind-boggling that people think it's a trick. And it's like, nah, bro, it's literally just you being consistent. Because I think what it is with social media, and it's going to get to a time where people are going to get confused on what's real and what's fake.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Authenticity is going to really need to be, it's going to be kind of, people gonna be craving it, because it's gonna be like, bro, I need to see that this person is real, and I just need to get a real person that's really mad, or really, whatever it is. Like, they're just gonna want to see somebody that's putting out some real content that they can relate to, and so forth.
Yeah, I think they felt that way over the years because of reality television.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you were under the impression when you were watching reality television, and I think primarily because of the Kardashians. I think it was them, and then Love and Hip Hop, where they had gotten so big, because you had like the Real Housewives. You had the one that the Mills on, Basketball Wives. Those shows. They had a couple of other stuff on MTV through the 2000s, but it never really blurred the line to where even Paris Hilton's show, it never really blurred the line through like, yo, what's real, what's fake kind of situation. It wasn't until you started watching like with the Kardashians, like, okay, this is so obviously staged. But there were some people who were just, they couldn't tell the difference, so much so now to where people will go, like you said, they'll go on social media. Anything that you see on socials, you just assume this is this person. And I could be playing a character you don't even consider the possibility that, oh, well, maybe it's just a character. You just assume this is who this person is.
Exactly.
So, like you said, the people they want that authenticity that's there. And I think with streaming, it's in real time. So it's a situation where it's a little bit difficult to try to fake certain things. Because if, let's just say, if you was to stream 5 times a week for 5 years, for let's just say you're doing that for like 4 some hours.
You're gonna catch a lot of real of that person.
Right. You could play a character, but there's gonna be some times where the real you's gonna jump out and you're able to identify like, oh, this is a little bit different.
Like with that
is over here.
Miles Morales dude.
Oh yeah. He got a break character. Like so now you know he's not the whole.
Hey, I said stop. Hold on, bro. Miles don't talk like that.
Right, he's like, yo, you ready to throw hand? Oh, this dude might be a YN. I don't know what's going on.
YN Miles is crazy.
Right, YN Miles. So once situations like that, come up, and I always implore people, just be it's better to sit there and be your true self. And even if you have a smaller audience, it's way more genuine than having a large audience and you're being 100% fake. Because you gonna get tired of it.
Yeah.
You gonna get tired of it.
That's what I be telling people, bro. Like, just being you, it gives you a chance to learn and grow. And even when people try to cancel you in a sense, it's like, I may have thought this then, but I grew and I understood and I learned, and through life's experiences, I learned, okay, that's probably not the way I should think about that. Or I probably shouldn't speak about this. Or I should probably not use these terms to describe said person, right? But if we all just keep trying to make it seem like, it's just like when things happen to celebrities and stuff like that, we don't realize their life is on the lens 24/7. So literally every mistake they make is going to get broadcasted, and somebody is going to try to sell that for a story.
Right.
You get pulled over for something, and then we got such and such over here. It's just I'm driving by and just see you dealing with cops. Now I can make that a TMZ story. It's like that's why I always say you can see how some celebrities can go crazy, but you just really just got to be yourself, man. And then in this space, this IRL space that's starting to become like the wave and like the thing of like the next thing. Got to be very understanding that it's another thing that a lot of people are going to try to rush to. Like, a lot of people want to stream, a lot of people want to game, but you got to understand, what is it about your content that's going to make you separate yourself from the next? Yeah. And then also think about it. What about IRL streaming that you can do that'll set a new wave for streaming in real life? Or it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm the type of person that's always trying to think about like, okay, what can I do that can kind of start off the next big thing? Because you already got your top streamers right now. Like, trying to fight into a world that already got the man there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally when that person exists, you got to figure out, okay, what's going to be my niche that's going to keep people coming back to me? Because if you gaming and I already watched somebody that I like gaming, well, what's going to make me leave the homie that I like? I already like his content. What I need to come to you for? I like his reactions to basketball, or like what am I coming to you for if I already got the homie that's great at what he's doing and he keeps me entertained and going back over, and especially being consistent. Right. And then, your inconsistent self will come out there like, oh, I want to try it and I want to do it. I don't work in this game. And, just advice is just being consistent and just being you. You have to, that got to go hand in hand, because everybody want to do it, but everybody don't do it.
Yeah, and you got to figure out if you really want it. Yeah, that was hopefully somebody clipped the entire soliloquy. It's something very powerful right there. Very powerful stuff right there. Too often people just try you pretty much living a lie. You're not really too sure what it is that you actually want to do. And once you do figure out, like, all right, cool, this is what I want to do over here. You got to recognize, like, all right, what does the viewer want to see? So is it worth putting forth, all right, cool, I'm into this kind of content. I want to be able to put out this kind of content. If nobody watching that kind of content, are you comfortable with the fact that nobody's watching and you feel great for just posting this? Exactly. But if you're more, let's say, results oriented, and you don't really care too much about, although it brings me joy, it's not bringing me revenue.
Yeah.
It brings me joy, it's not bringing me no viewership. If you somebody where the viewership and the revenue is what matters, well, you're gonna have to pivot and do something that's a little bit different
Absolutely.
to, drive the audience coming there. Versus if like there's some people who live stream on Twitch all day and they paint. They're maybe they're doing like home projects and stuff like that. They do that because they love it.
Yeah.
If you watching, great. If you not watching,
I'm still
great.
here. Yeah,
They still here.
yeah.
They doing it, and I love seeing those channels. Sometimes I'll just pop in. I'll write something in the chat. They're not even paying the chat no mind. They're not even paying the chat no mind.
He's like, what you talking about over here, bro?
So right, hello dog. Yeah. So they just
dog.
they just doing their thing, you know.
Or AMSR. Bro,
I saw that. Yeah,
your algorithm.
It ain't my algorithm.
Oh,
it's
you think yours
everybody's
bad?
algorithm.
Mine is terrible. I don't know
It's
what's going on.
everybody's algorithm.
Yeah, mine is
bro.
terrible.
It ain't no specific one anymore.
Every
bro.
time I watch a video of yours, my algorithm get weird.
Bro, your algorithm is weird too. You seen
I have to reset it.
It don't matter. I've
Yeah, it don't even matter.
multiple
Yeah,
times,
you click
bro.
not interested. Some
It don't matter, bro.
I recorded maybe about, I want to say 10 shorts before I left. There was one where this random lady looking like Joanna Man was talking about, just cleaning her nether regions. Like I legit was the clip I saw before was John Jones highlights. I'm over here, and there gets a point where like I think when you're on desktop, if you have the reels playing, sometimes it could just autoplay.
Yeah.
So I'm in the midst of like I'll turn and then I'll hear something like, where did
'cause
this?
it'll go to
It's
the
a
next
new
one.
it's a new video. And immediately, this lady just talking about, yeah, man, I was just watching and I forgot to clean in between my cheeks. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on?
That is very
It's
wild,
insane. And you'll sit there like, what does this have to do with the sports I was just watching? How did this get in here?
The algorithm is algorithming. It's trying to keep you on the phone. That's it.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
gonna post the craziest stuff, even if it quote unquote goes against terms and service. They're gonna do that. Oh, and we got the email back. Nah, they deemed that the copyright was valid.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, good old YouTube.
Yeah.
So the video will still be taken down, and we just gotta wait these next 90 days to hopefully I get another copyright strike. It's infuriating, bro. It's infuriating.
So y'all going for a week? Can't upload?
No, we can upload.
Oh,
It's
you can
just-
upload.
It's just a copyright.
Oh, they just gave you okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
not a.
You have any warnings on the channel? No warnings.
But with copyrights, they automatically go hit you with it. You
Right.
gotta. It's between you and the other party, and the other party over here
YouTube,
talking
like-
about, hey, talk to our manager. Here's his WhatsApp number. I'm like, we can communicate.
We're emailing.
We're emailing you. Like,
Right.
why would I go to WhatsApp to talk to you about a strike that y'all gave us?
When we could just easily remove
Right.
whatever
Right.
portion you don't like in the video. But it's
Hey, man.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTubing, bro.
That's why we partners on Twitch.
YouTubing, bro.
I'm
So,
saying, bro, that's what happens.
yeah, man.
And they better catch up too, because more streaming services are working.
You're right.
Coming into play. So the more they keep giving people a hard time they already had that scare before when people start leaving for like different places and platforms. So you better be careful with that, because in the next 5 years, man, it's gonna be a dog-eat-dog world. Even for these
And I
sites.
would not be surprised if they try to implement some sort of incredible amount of either monetization or a spotlight on people who go live on YouTube. Because remember, they only
gonna have to.
created those shorts to try to compete
Yeah.
with TikTok. So now it makes me wonder, with this huge influx in streamers on whether it had been, because Mixer was doing this thing in the past, but then once Ninja left, that was pretty much it. So Twitch has always been around now, Kick giving out damn NBA contracts to people and everything. And I think it's just between Twitch, Kick, Rumble is struggling to be able to get on that same level. But I would not be surprised if YouTube implemented something with
They're
like
gonna
the
have to.
streaming.
But they're gonna have to work on the number one thing is gonna be copyright.
Right.
Because even on the Twitch VODs, if you don't, you can stream and just not have the VOD up. So it's like, doesn't matter. I was able to kind of get whatever viewership and monetization during the live.
Right.
I don't have to worry about the actual VOD being a problem. And then even if you do want to post a VOD, you'll have an option there where I can kind of cut out and silence the parts that's going to be claimed by copyright anyway.
Right.
So they're going to have to do a whole number just in that department alone before they even think about trying to live.
Yeah, I could imagine because I don't know why. It was like every time that I tune into Kai Cenat's stream, because I try to study him to a degree, and he always uses the Undertaker theme.
Yeah.
That's
the gong.
And every time that it's sometimes it's like the gong will go the 3 times, then the theme will start.
Yeah,
YouTube, I remember I have to put the pitch of it so low to where it doesn't get picked up. But there's been a lot of times in which it still get picked up. Like all the NFL video, they immediately pick it up. It's only like if I have it like an MMA video or something like that, I put it much lower so that you can hear it, but then you don't catch it.
Right? Cody's tired of you, bro.
Oh, well, that too.
Cody said, I'm tired of him laughing at me missing these field goals.
Hey, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised. I know Nick Folk, his wife seen a bunch of the. I know she probably put out a hit on me. I'm not safe in Tampa. I don't know.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, they kept tagging him. I'm like, yo, his wife is who run his Instagram account. Yeah. Like, I got no problem with like if he see it, but why we got to get his wife involved? Like, what are we doing?
Have you ever
like lead a family out of?
Have you ever had a run in with like a football player that didn't like?
That didn't like
something you said about him?
No, I never had. I never had a run in with like a football player who didn't like.
I ain't like that joke, man, about me slipping on a banana, man.
Yeah. I had a couple of like. I remember Patrick Queen, who's ironically on the Steelers now.
That's crazy.
But when he was at LSU, he had saw the national championship. I was like, man, who is this dude? And then kind of like present him like, man, you don't know what he talking about, but you could hear him laughing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you just don't want to give me no credit.
You know it's funny.
Yeah, but you know you enjoying yourself. So.
The NFL be watching you, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
Yeah, because I had a couple of different, like Orleans Darkwa when he was in the Giants. He was played, I think he started a couple of games for the Giants like maybe 6 years ago or something like that. And he was on the Giants while he was following me. Lamar Jackson before, I think it was his senior year in college. He had seen a couple of like he had commented on a couple of like Instagram posts. And then I think they might still be there like from years ago, just say New Era 8. I think he's always kept like the same name on IG. But I've had a couple of different like players see stuff. But I know in the UFL, I think a couple of years ago, there might have been somebody who like, but my whole thing was just, okay, if y'all watching individually and you probably show it to your teammates, y'all put it on the locker room. Like,
right.
How far does it go? Like, yeah, because I had some people where like they'd be in college, they put it up on the TV in their dorms and whole fraternity watching the video. I'm like, man, that's kind of wild. And it doesn't make me I don't want to say uncomfortable, but it's like one of those like, they watching me.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about like me. Like, is that like imposter syndrome? I don't know. Like,
imposter.
Like it's weird because sometimes like, man, I appreciate that, but then
forget who you are.
Damn. Like, that's a lot of high praise right there. So I don't know.
It get like that sometimes. Like when you see people like that's like not, for lack of better terms, a fan of you.
Right.
You know, it does take a while to kind of grasp that as a thing. Like, me?
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right. But you know, one thing I do like about like just us in this room is that the influence isn't in bad hands.
Right.
You know, because I know for yourself, you do a lot of stuff, man. Like you pull up to people's weddings, you make it to where people feel comfortable. You know, you have conversations with them. All of the people that you said you talked to, I think somebody was like, man, I was talking to Chisel. Man, he actually just sat there and started talking to me, and he's like, I was expecting him to just be gone.
Yeah.
But you know, because I guess people be so familiar and used to like people of a certain status or whatever you want to call it, always being too busy.
Yeah.
And rather it is a lot of work, and sometimes you really are busy. It's never in bad intent to not communicate, but we treat people with respect and like people. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why we continue to rock with Chisel, because we've seen him
for sure
behind the scenes, bro.
For sure.
You know, and just that's the same type of values we have. Like, we'll never treat nobody less than. And when people start doing like that, I don't like to continue to work with or, move around. Because there's a lot of people that just have a different mentality when it comes to that. They want you to know their status. But we've been at restaurants and people will ask us who we are because other people take pictures with us.
Yeah.
And then when they see us, when they find out, they're like, man, why you not? I'm like, well, I'm not what? What am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah, like just be out here trying to sit. Oh, I demand a table.
Yeah, like, nah, bro.
I'm not gonna make no reservation. I'm just gonna walk up in here.
Like, bro, I'm cheap, just like dude over there 2 tables down. So
Right.
Don't think I'm not gonna be looking at the bill, making sure everything right. You feel me? Because I'm just like everybody else. But that's I can see how that's a thing nowadays. But that's another thing that you gotta always respect when you come around genuine people, especially in this space, because not a lot of people in this space is like gracious enough to care about everybody being put on. You know what I'm saying? And collabing without being weird and stuff like that. Like back in the day, we had weird requests from people that, we talked about before, but it just kind of got us off of like, I don't want to meet people no more. Because on camera, that dude was kind of cool, but then now he asking to stay, and
it gets weird.
It does, man.
Some people, it's like, all right, you think they
don't
can
meet
be.
them.
No, right. Sometimes what was it? Don't meet your heroes, something like that. And then sometimes you can just see, man, some people are just a little weird.
Yeah,
maybe they don't got no because the worldview. I think that's a little bit different. But then just like how people navigate through life. I think it's just like, all right, maybe you're a bit immature. I don't think I want to have to deal with that. Like I remember when we went to when I was at DreamCon last year, and there was a number of different content creators who were just doing stuff, and I think like a small fight almost started like to escalate, right? Because it didn't come to blows, but it just seemed like there was a small bit of argument that could have easily became. But this wasn't at the convention; it was like afterwards on like 6th Street. So it was around there, and you could see that things were just maybe drinks was involved or whatever the case was. But you could see, and there was a couple of different content creators who were around. I ain't gonna say no names, but if people went to DreamCon last year, you probably seen the stuff because I don't think a fight ended up breaking out, but it was like things getting heated. And you're just sitting there. It's like, man, this ain't gonna be a good look regardless. Like it doesn't matter how things play out. It's not gonna look good in your favor.
No, not at all.
So it's not worth even, no matter what it is that may have led to this point, it ain't worth trying to escalate to this, for what? Like what are we throwing hands for? Like what is it? What are you gonna prove from this? What do you gain from this?
Bro, let's talk.
Yeah, let's just talk. Like, because 9 times out of 10, a conversation solves the vast majority of the conflict that you think you actually have. You're not even really mad for real.
Yeah, you're not. It's just confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then just both parties have to be willing to have a conversation though. Like just if one is and one isn't, then that's where that little dysfunction comes where it's just like, all right, bro, I'll be on your time in this since you want to be on there. But communication, bro, that's what we need in this day and age. Too many people, too many YNs growing up looking at the YNs.
No, it's crazy. And that's a fact. Like, I think they need to have classes on communication. Like, they have communications degrees, but I think they got to prioritize that in elementary, junior high, high school, and college. Even if it's not a major, minor, whatever the case, people got to learn how to talk to each other. Because with this increase in technology and everybody being online, you on your phone, parasocial relationships, all this other stuff, people legitimately don't know how to have conversations. Like if I was to sit 2 strangers down, like, all right, you got 30 minutes, talk to this person about whatever.
What do I do? Help.
I like
I like
my favorite color is blue. Like, all right, so what are we doing? Like you're 46. You're gonna lean with this. My favorite color is blue. What's your life experience? What are things that you done went through? What are your interests? What are some things that you grind your gears and that you dislike?
Like you could talk to people,
right? Like just talk to people. Like I remember a couple of years ago, I had said that, hey, if maybe I have to start a challenge or somewhere, just tell everybody you see good morning or something like that. You don't even got to have a conversation. You just, hey, good morning. Just small thing. Even if you don't really like people like that, just a small good morning. Just get accustomed to
I have a question about that.
That.
Since you brought that up, what percentage of New Yorkers are like that? or
to
think
say like
you.
good.
Because everybody from New York that I've always seen is
ready to
you ain't
go.
hurrying up. I ain't saying good morning. I ain't holding the door. No manners in the sense of like that. How did you get
I'm
the
an anomaly. I'm an anomaly. I got like a southern
values.
hospitality.
Yeah.
My parents kind of like instilled that in me, and primarily I think my father to a degree, because I couldn't let him down, or if I wanted to be like a crash out, although it's like man, I could do this and it'll feel warranted for me. I'm still gonna have to face him at the end of the day, and I just look at it like, yo, my parents came from Haiti. They came to the country. They sacrificed all this other stuff. And if I was to land in a jail cell, or I find myself in like deep troubled waters, it's a direct reflection on them, and they gotta sit with the mess that I create. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna be an upstanding citizen. And then for me, over time, I got so enamored in people. So I like to people watch. I like to study like how people speak, dialogue, everybody who has like different points of view or whatever. Like we could be on two completely different sides of the spectrum in just philosophy of life. I'd still have a conversation with you. Like I've said in numerous different times in like the videos I've made on like the OnlyFans harlots or whatever the case is, I'd still have a conversation with you. I'm not going to subscribe to you, web, but I'd have a conversation with you. Like even with what happened with Travis Hunter, where I made the video about like, yo, this you the Heisman simp. Like what we doing over here? But I said in the video towards the end, like one of the options that you could do prior to the marriages, of course, you have get some premarital counseling or whatever the case is. But if you go radio silent between now and the wedding, you can kind of take some of that power back, because you don't give the populace an opportunity to have a thought process on what's going on behind closed doors in the relationship. And then, of course, news break, no prenup or whatever the case is, because people are always going to have an opinion. And now for Travis, the way it's always like, they'll have sympathy for you, and then they'll turn on you. He's at the point now where they'll turn on him, like, man, he ain't listen. Look at this dude, he a dumbass, whatever. And I'm like, I got nothing. People have been asking me left and right, man, what's your thoughts on? I'm like, listen, I'm not going to speak on somebody marriage now, because they done went forth and they did it, but they went radio silent. So I'm going to take it at face value that they worked on the issues that they had, and I'm going to wish the best for them. But if things go awry and he's like, man, I never saw this coming.
Yeah, bro. You're going to have to.
Right.
Yeah, that you, honestly, he's stuck.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Even if it ain't working, you stuck in that, because not only will that tarnish your image, you're going to get the I told you so's for the rest of your career. And that stigma is gonna be attached to your name. Niggas
gonna be saying it on the football field. See, I told your ass. Now I'm about to cook you.
100%. They gonna bring it up.
Just like your girl was cooking for me this morning.
Right. They just gonna be doing all that.
Hey, did she make you wait outside the stadium?
Yep. Exactly. That's exactly where I was about to go. Because I couldn't believe that she said that.
Nigga getting the flag because he ready to
OD. That joint was insane.
Hey.
It's like, your girl thought you was ugly before y'all got together. I think you ugly now. It's like, oh, Jesus.
What changed? I don't see no difference.
I was sitting there. I remember when I was going through all the videos, I'm like, I can't believe she said all this stuff just publicly online. Like
when we play them, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, that's a nice G-Wagon. It looked familiar.
Oh man.
She was at the address, huh?
Looked like you was at a car meet.
She was at the address, huh?
She was with old boy. Damn, bro.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's yours?
He was driving.
Good luck on the game, though.
Right.
He was
Mental
driving
warfare.
it. Yeah. Mess him up. Yeah, that's wild,
be
bro. He looks like a good dude.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He come off like a real good
legit
person.
I've never seen somebody who had something negative to say about him. And all
That's the
he
part
want to
that's
do
messed up.
is play football,
Fish.
play video games. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But
living a simple life.
it's just it's just that one thing that they can get over you, and they just keep driving it home. So I'm really hoping for their sake, everything goes and it works out well, because this is going to be something that's going to end up following them as long as they stay on socials, because it's fresh in people's mind, and legitimately people are growing up with it. So the moment that you start growing up with stuff, they'll never stop. Like with what happened with Kim K and the tape, like the kids now, they don't know about it.
About that,
so you're not hearing it. But the people who grew up when the tape came out, oh, but what about that tape though? Yeah, I saw you with. It don't matter that she's a mother of 4 and you still remember what happened, but they getting sounded out because it's been 20 some years. So
if that's how people felt with that tape, I wonder what OnlyFans is going to do.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy. Like they said some of the there was a kid in junior high who was getting bullied because they found like videos of his mom. And mind you, like this is still fairly new. This is maybe what, 5 years OF been doing its thing, primarily in that sector. Because before it was just like music,
something else,
something else. But then now that that's the case, right. So now that that's the case, like it's crazy. I could only imagine what it's gonna look like, and it's really disgusting.
Trying to roast somebody and they be like, "Boy, ain't this your mama?"
Yep,
like that,
bro. You just gonna have to fight.
Yeah,
$9.99. I see what you came out of.
Yeah, bro. Like
it's cold, bro.
the whole school, bro. Don't come to school tomorrow.
Yeah, you might have to transfer.
Yeah,
like, legitimately,
for real.
Boys are gonna end up transferring to the pearly gates.
You got to fight every single day,
dog.
That's why it's the consequences. The consequences of your actions, especially in the time we live in now. There's a camera everywhere. People are gonna clip stuff. It will never really go away. It can get suppressed, but it'll never really go away. There'll always be that somebody that like, oh, ain't your mom? She real talented though.
Yep.
It's just always going to be another story that people. It's going to be the new story. That's
right.
It's just,
right.
It's not that the people are going to forget. It's just going to be the next big thing, the next crazy situation that happened. But yeah, we got to be mindful of that. That's why I be mindful of things that I say and do on camera because you just never know.
Yeah.
That stuff can date back to you, and like. Good thing we don't have laws like Korea, North Korea, where it's like, hey,
could have been a rap. You say
if
something.
you mess up, your whole bloodline for the next so many centuries is gonna be packed up. They all gotta suffer because of something you did. Like, bro, could you imagine that, bro? Like, your dad was being ignorant one night. Now all of y'all with that name is just
it'd been a rap. You just come home like, what happened to Unc? Yeah, they just hung him. Like, what would you talk about? Wait, what happened? He was like, yeah, man, your pop said something, so they got him. Like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, they got the unchiseled. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So now everybody getting
getting
done.
With us too. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Matter of fact, just letting you know what's about to happen to you.
It's like, yo, we almost forgot.
Oh, before you do that, let's get some of this. So get some kids going so that way we can get them too.
You better make them kids too.
Insanity, bro.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you got to be mindful, but it goes back to like what you mentioned. If you're somebody who's operating from a place of authenticity, you could at least own up to whatever it is that you done said. Be like, hey, well, you said this. Well, yeah, I did say that because that's what I was feeling at the time.
Exactly.
But then if you want to talk about how my thought process has changed from that point, well, we could have that conversation right now rather than have to come up with some sort of notes to explain how I've evolved out of this thought process or whatever the case is. So
yeah, no, I'm not. That's me, bro. I'd be terrible with PR. I'm so strict. Yeah, that's what I thought then. That's what I felt, and that's how I felt in that moment. I mean, it is what it is. Show me a perfect human outside of Jesus.
right.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll wait.
All right.
All right, then. So only because we can't go through your Rolodex or your search history, your incognito tab, you
Not
can't
the
judge
incognito.
you. But everybody else, you get to just biggest thing before we end, like the whole situation happened with Kevin Hart, joking about slamming the if he saw his son playing with a dollhouse or something, he'd pick it up and slam it on his head, whatever.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that he had to explain that to grown people, and that almost messed up, or it did mess up his chances.
Yeah, because he couldn't host the
Oscars.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like-
Oscars.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that wasn't the beginning. That was just a touch of where we were getting now.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
It was just like, wait a minute, he was literally joking.
Right.
Like I remember when Twitter used to be like, you can just say random things.
Yeah, because that's what everybody was doing. They were just
Yeah.
tweeting whatever. Like
yeah.
when Facebook was always like, "Well, what's on your mind?"
Yeah.
that was legitimately Twitter.
So they were setting us up.
Right, 100%. And they just went, pulling up tweets,
Yeah.
and then they started using not even your own words, just liking a tweet. So all of a sudden now you got to explain why'd you like the tweet. I used to use, I still to a degree use likes as like a form of bookmarks. Where I'll like a post so that I can just go right back and then go. Like I'll like all different kinds of posts. It don't mean I agree with what's going on. Like I could see something like, oh, that was kind of funny. I don't know the undertone of what's going on over here, whatever the case is. I just saw a damn post.
Speaking of liking, seen that situation that happened with RDC. They had to kind of come and do a conversation about them inviting Meg and someone on the post liking something of Tory's comments in it. And I'm just like, but then he had to go and make an official, statement about it because he like, man, look, I ain't trying to let the lies. It was a mistake. I like how he said, hey, it was a mistake.
Right.
Like, we ain't trying to fire nobody. We ain't trying to go through all that. We ain't trying to expose who it is. That's real to me. Because, boy, people nowadays, oh, no, that was Teresa, bro. She the one in charge of the social media, because boys be quick to get the heat off of them. But no, that was very admirable for them to just be like, and it was a mistake. And that's what we still make mistakes.
Shocking. Humans will.
Right.
You thought we was all perfect.
We're not the AI bots, bro. We still make mistakes.
Far from it, man.
So own up to whatever it is that you have going on, bro, and you'll never know. Like, it just might get you in the door because you was real, bro. I appreciate you for owning up, or even in real time, like learning in real time and accepting when somebody an argument, because we can't even argue anymore. Like, if you're thinking a certain type of way, I'm mad because you thinking that way.
Right.
Like, bro, it's my thoughts. How are you mad at my thoughts?
And it's all perspective, because we could legit be thinking, we could be viewing things two different ways, but possibly come to the same conclusion. It's like, all right, if you doing 11 plus 6 and you got 17, but I'm doing 15 plus 2 and I got 17. Well, we got two different avenues to make it to the same conclusion. How you gonna be upset that I'm taking a different avenue than you? We get here at the same time.
Nah, you used two big numbers in there. I started off with the smaller numbers, man. Small numbers lives matter. You feel me? So
it's ridiculous. It's like the long division versus the short division. Like, come on, man. What are we doing?
All of it is trash.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. We live in very odd times now and I think to a degree it's always been like this, but with social media it's magnified because you see it closer every single day. Because you never had to, okay, this person in Mississippi is doing this person in Minneapolis is doing that, this person in Wyoming got this going on. You never had to deal with that before. It was just whoever was tangible to you is what you had to deal with. So you always had like that thought process of, maybe it's better somewhere else.
No, it brings me to the even better point, and I want to end on this one. The IWC.
Lord. Can't be saved.
It just ties into the whole conversation that we're talking about right now, right? Because my man here been getting a lot of flack apparently. I don't even be seeing it, but I see it when he get to tweeting or subtweeting or whatever. Or
he ain't no subs.
Twitter, he's straight.
I'll let you know.
No subs, straight shooter. My bad.
I'll let you know what I'm talking about.
I'll see it then. I'm like, damn, bro, what happened now? I'll call him like, bro, what's going on, bro? I'm over here chilling.
It's usually I'm just over here minding my business.
Just because I don't want Hogan to die.
Yeah. Because I saw a tweet, bro. I was just like, I see this with a lot of, people that are not a big fan of a certain wrestler or a booker. They'll say some wild, outlandish shit, wishing harm, death, or whatever.
Straight death.
You know what I'm saying? And I just be like, bro,
it's permanent.
I get you don't like him. I understand. Hey, I don't like him either. He's an asshole. Boom, 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 boom. But at what point does the hate just, at what point do we chill? Real. When we like, all right, bro, like, cool. You ain't gotta go that far. And I got just crucified by so many people, feeling that I'm caping for Hulk Hogan when all I said, I just don't think it's necessary to wish death upon the nigga, bro. Especially if he ain't done nothing that really affected you. I can understand people in the business like, have a different perspective because they have a different history. But somebody that literally you know, just was watching him on TV. I've heard things, did not agree with a lot of those things. Even now, the lies and all this other stuff, I can understand people saying, nah, fuck Hulk Hogan. He's be shit. Cool, whatever. But I'm not gonna just go on my platform and be like, yeah, I can't wait. You know, I'm looking forward to when that time happens. Yeah. We about to throw a party. Like, I'm not personally gonna do that, but I'm gonna definitely put it out there. Like, hey, bro, like I think we can all, you know what I'm saying, be on the same page of fuck Hulk Hogan, but not have that mindset, because guess what? You can flip that with, say if it's somebody that you like, because a lot of people have seen people say some messed up stuff about a person that you actually like and care about. You would have that same response, like, damn, why are you saying, are you taking it too far?
Yeah.
But you like that person. So that's why you're going to defend that person. Me, I feel like, at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all make mistakes. We all have to learn and grow. You know, I'm not going to go out here and just actively say it. If God forbid something was to happen to him, I'm not going to be a person and be like, oh my God, boo-hoo, crying. I'm just like, damn, that's really unfortunate. Or I keep my thoughts to myself for the most part, and I just keep it moving. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think just some people, all they saw was just, it looked like a black guy was caping for Hulk Hogan. Or he don't care about you. You know, he'll call you, he's racist. He'll call you this and that. And, oh, you an uncle. I know what type of nigga you are. No, you don't. Go back to work, buddy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, nigga, you're on your lunch break right now.
It's getting real. They not in here, bro. They not in here.
On your lunch break over here yapping to me, talking about who I am, because I don't share the same hate towards someone that didn't do shit to me. I can understand if he did some wild stuff to me and my family personally. That's different, because we've all been in those situations where, you know, anger takes over on certain situations with certain individuals. But if that nigga it don't cause me no sleep, no money to just continuously be like, oh, I can't wait for this nigga to just expire. Like, what? No, bro. Like, that's wild. That's my point. But of course, when we're talking about social media, people's brain cells are just diminishing by the day. So at that point, I just embraced it what it is. I just laugh at people. I'm like, bro, you're a moron, and there ain't nothing I can do to help you. Only thing I can do is just pray that you don't reproduce, and if you had, they're fucked too. So hey, man, it's just a generation of idiots raising other idiots. GG's in the chat for your family lineage. I'm done.
Ooh, bar. Ooh, God damn, bro.
Don DeMarco.
You should have tweeted, bro. You should have tweeted that, fam.
Damn.
That's
a
real
pipe bomb right there.
Wasn't it? Like, when you don't like somebody, when it getting to a point now when, because I don't like you, I'll wish the worst upon you. It's like, it don't have to be. Like,
it could just be a regular, hey, let's agree to disagree and then move on with our lives. Now it's like, nah, you know, I disagree. I want to see you dead.
Yeah, you don't need to be here now.
I want to see, now it's Chirac, it's King Von and FVG Duck. It's just like, come on, man.
In wrestling, fam.
Yeah.
Bro, and what's crazy is, it's not even the wrestlers.
It's not even
the fans.
It's the fans.
Like, you mean to tell me you want to see, you want the absolute worst for me for what? It's crazy, bro.
Absolutely, bro. It's just toxic. But that's just what it is now. And that's why I kind of wanted to end on that, because it's just one of those things that kind of tied into the conversation.
Brother, you still talking about it again? Yes, brother, I am. Shut up.
I mean, what was that?
What?
A few days ago? You had the merch on. I don't know. It's kind of looked like a supporter to me. I couldn't really tell.
WrestleMania.
Definitely not.
Maybe the people, I don't know.
You know, I noticed it took quite some time for him to rip that shirt off. That's all.
It did.
That was some strong material, because I cut it. I cut it at the top, and I was like, damn, I should be able to rip it off easily. No, whatever material he used was premium.
I did that on purpose.
I knew he did.
I got a Gildan shirt. I'm like, I bet he gonna try to rip it. Let's make it tough for him.
Yeah, I was in that.
Little things.
All right, well, all right, that's about it.
I'm just gonna get off of it now. I'm gonna just undress. I ain't gonna rip it no more. Ain't no more ripping going on.
Nah.
But nah, man, this was a dope episode.
For sure.
Yeah. Always a pleasure to have the homie Chisel in the building, bro. Our brother, somebody we've grown to have a dope relationship with, man. It's like when he pull up, it's just like we just been talking every day. Like it doesn't. We don't miss a beat. So make sure y'all go support Chisel everywhere you can on social media. Chisel Adonis, the Chisel Adonis on Twitch, Chisel Adonis on Instagram, Chisel Adonis on Twitter. Make sure you follow him on TikTok. Whatever app you're on.
Yeah,
type in Chisel Adonis. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find my man here.
For sure.
On the road to 1 million as well.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait to turn up and have a joint party or something like when we both get there.
Oh yeah.
YouTube, stop the bullshit.
Yeah.
Stop with the bullshit, man. Come on YouTube, bro.
You know, turn it up on Twitch, whatever platform.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn it up somewhere, bro, because we gonna appreciate every milestone and thank God for allowing us to get there. So, any closing words from you before we get up out of here?
Hey man, it's all about showing love, being loved. As you would always state, you know, to close out all your videos, really.
All of them.
Yeah. So it's all about just being incredibly genuine, you know. And ever since coming over here now, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, 4 years.
About 4 years ago, man. It's always been just straight up love that y'all have shown me, and then the hospitality's been great. The chemistry's been
love.
there. Yeah, Bentley showing love too. Hello there, dog. How's it going there? Animal.
Dog.
How's it going there? I'm not much of an animal person, but I mean, hello there, dog.
Hey man,
living mammal creature. Yeah, but you know, it's just be showing love, being authentic, doing what it is that we love, and creating, or I should say, breaking the generational curses that we had within our family. I've coined a saying that I've heard from many of my different mentors, where generational curses has ran in our families until it ran into us.
Yeah.
So that's where it stopped there. So we have the opportunity to set the foundation for where we want our families to go. And we're blessed to be in a generation where we can cultivate our audience in an unconventional way. Because if this was 50 years ago, you got to go into Hollywood or something. You're at the mercy of producers or whatever. So you have an opportunity to do this kind of stuff, you know, on your own. Like, and I've said this before, I'm saying it again, like in Ross's case, you're in a situation where you're taking your passion for cars, you're taking your passion for wrestling, and been able to go and monetize that. With Dub, you got yourself and your wife in the midst of being in a marriage and parenthood, being able to push that to the forefront on camera, being a embodiment of what a successful relationship looks like, what a successful parent looks like. And you have that on Front Street, on camera, in real time, all while still, you know, navigating the hustle and bustle of life. So I appreciate y'all for having me out here, and then even just the communication like throughout the year, whenever that may be, man. It's always a good time to come out here and kick it with y'all.
For sure. We appreciate you, man.
I didn't know you was going to go there, man.
We appreciate you, Chiseled, as always, man.
Stream, bro. You know, I was really trying to get the
too
cool,
much.
man. You good over there?
Oh yeah, I'm good, man.
No soul. You are a Hogan fan. No, I'm playing.
Wow.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Wow.
But man, we appreciate you guys. Our very first podcast live stream.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
You never know. I don't think we can do this with everybody.
Yeah.
Some people you got to cut them up, and then some of the homies like, "Hey, put me on the pod, cuz." We gotta. It's no way that we can just have all the homies live because y'all don't know the difference of content and hey, you're not supposed to say that on camera. So, but yeah, our very first one, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
For sure.
Not only Chisel being here, but Bentley. Bentley pulled up, man. Bentley pulled up in this. Well, he's eating now. So.
Well, he was eating a little bit of
My boy, he wasn't feeling too well, but everybody had something going on.
You?
Yeah.
But he's all good now. But
hello, dog.
somebody said go to Social Beer Garden Live in June 8th.
Hey, man.
8.
Oh yeah.
We'll be there next weekend.
Yeah, we will.
It is next weekend.
Next weekend, Money in the
Be
Bank.
flying by, bro. All
Golly,
these
it's already
events.
halfway through the year.
Yeah, you got that, and then you got they're coming to Houston, so we're gonna try to do an after party in Houston after the Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you got SummerSlam.
Toyota Center?
Toyota
They're going
Center.
to? Okay.
Then SummerSlam, first 2 nights. Trying to see what they're gonna be doing for the rest of the year as far as this storyline, because we can talk about that, but that I'm just like, what's gonna be the kicker, especially with them trying to go back to Vegas for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
It's a lot of little things, but hope y'all enjoyed it, man. We're gonna keep chopping it up, keep on supporting, spreading love, being love always. Never forget that, and never forget to always keep God first. Catch y'all later, man. Peace.
Peace. Woo.